Hello, everybody. Like I said, we're coming back here with old Deets. Deets has been coming along really nice. Has some issues on being bridle wise, which means guiding, not pushing, wandering around on the bit, and things like that. That is just common things for 2-year-olds. It's just things that you got to work through. And because trust me, if starting these colts was easy, hell, everybody'd be doing it. But they're not. And here I am. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started on him. Like I said, it's supposed to get 90 degrees today. It's what, Joy, 8:30? We're on our second horse. We're going to get through these things here today, get our horses worked. Who knows, we might even take a nap this afternoon, which I doubt it. I'll have plenty of other stuff to do. But anyhow, as you can see, Deets does a good job on his desensitization. Nothing really bothers him that much. And like I said, I have harped and harped and harped and harped and harped on groundwork. I think groundwork is the cornerstone of a great horse. I think without good foundation and groundwork, you have nothing. We see that all the time with the horses coming in here on the weekends with Mike and Joy. I have also told every one of you, you don't have to be in depth on that for the rest of your life. I mean, it's not something that you've just got to go out here and spend a damned hour doing groundwork before you can ride your horse. We've had 2-year-olds. You saw on the Bay Roan horse, we just kind of flew through some of the most important deals. As we was going through them, we saw problems. I went ahead and addressed them before I got on him. And then whenever I got on him, you still saw some of the problems. I'm glad I addressed them on the ground before I got on him. But, you know, look, you've got to do this stuff. There's no way out of it if you're going to be safe and have a great horse. Come here, son. Come here. You flexed better than that before. I had to pull him a little hard to come around here. Come here. There you go. Come here. There you go. Now, let's get over here. Like I said, this flexing is the most important thing that you can do because it's going to keep you safe and keep you out of a wreck. And it's going to keep the horse safe. That's what she said. You can all tell we still haven't bought her a microphone. But I'll try to translate what she says. Because remember what that woman said? You're important too, Joy. So, yeah, people want to hear what Joy's got to say. They hear me all the time. Okay. Now, been standing in the stall all night. I'm going to go over here and we're going to kind of lunge him a little bit. This is why we teach them to lunge. That way you can get them out right quick. Hey, what the hell? Looky here. There you go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Boy, he's in good shape, ain't he? Come on. Turn around on that ass in really nice. They say that gaited horses can't do that. Well, he did. There you go. Come here. I like to do this. Let those horses get out of the stalls, move them around, let them run, trot, do whatever hell he wants to do. Loosen up a little bit. Come on. He likes going to the right better than he does the left. Huh? I can't hear you.
I said back on the
Hang on.
fact that, you know, the one rein stop not only keeps the person safe, but it also keeps the horse safe. You know, how many times has somebody come off of a horse and the horse comes back to horse camp?
Without them.
Without them. It's the horse is either cut up or it's been stuck in a fence or it's ripped its bridle off. It's got the saddle
Tore up everything.
You know, the thing is a loose horse is going to get into trouble.
That's exactly right. She's exactly right. That's what we're trying to head off with all these videos and stuff. This is all about control and softness is what it's all about. If you got a soft, supple, and light horse, chances are you've got a safe horse. You know. There you go. Come on. There you go. Nice, wasn't it? Come on. I'm going to kind of air him out a little bit. There you go. Come on. Sand's a little bit deeper over here. Come on. He pushes off that ass in real good. Come on. Come on. Come on. Go. I like to do this little sending exercise. They go, stop, turn, go. Get them using their body. Get that body limbered up. To me, what I'm doing right now is actually better than lunging them. You know, it works them a lot harder. Come here. There you go. Good boy. He's a great example of pushing off on the rear end. And why we're saying that, look guys, the motor's sitting back here like a Volkswagen. This is where the motor is. If you don't use this rear end, you ain't got much of a motor. They've got to use that ass in. You know, I've had some friends in the show horse world. We stood up there at the horse shows and talked about it. My old buddy says, look, they've got to have a good ass in, because if they ain't got a good ass in, nothing else going to matter. And the deeper I get into this, it's true. So, me, I always looked at them great big front ends. Them horses throwing them front feet out so far, you'd think they're going to come out of their shoulders. That's kind of the glamorous part of it. But whenever you get to the nut cutting of it, it's the ass end. It's the ass end that's helping throw that front end out. Look at him nibble around on that. What the hell's wrong with you? Quit. What makes up what I think, now of course I'm different than show horse people. What makes a great rear end is backing one. What makes a great rear end is finding hills, making them walk uphill slow. because they're really having to dig to carry themselves and you up those hills. You know, never, ever, ever, never, ever lope up them. You start doing that crap, hey, pay attention here. You're just creating yourself problems. Loping up a hill. Hell, every damn hill you come to, they'll break over and want to go to loping. Exactly. So, you know, tell. And Wes did work on him. He did saddle this colt when he had him at home and he's playing around with him and stuff. What did I come over here for? Huh. I know. Tighten it up over here too. People, I'm losing my mind. Kind of like walking in a room, can't figure out why I'm there. Ugh. And I've done that before. Come here, let me have it. There you go. Good boy. Oop. Okay. Come on. Let's move. Boy, ain't that pretty. Now, you see what he's doing with his head right there? That's kind of what he's doing when I'm on him. I worked on that quite a bit yesterday while people was here. Y'all see on Facebook, we had a barn full yesterday. You know, in between times, I'd get on him and ride him and say he's just wanting to pull with that head. And that's also showing through on the flexing. His flexing was really, really nice, soft, and light. And here lately, he ain't been wanting to give it. And that's where you're getting a lot of that crap. And the question is, what am I doing? Checking out my colt. You know, I've already sent him, done my sending. I've lunged him around now, saddled him up, and I'm asking him to do some more. Let's just check how he is with the saddle on. Why? Because I'm taking care of myself. You know. I'm not going to get hurt. If I get hurt, where are these people going to take these horses? See there? We've got a burst of energy. I'd rather him get all that out of him before I get on him. He'll have a burst of energy and then he'll stop and look at me. I'll say, well, fine. Just go on the other way. There you go. Good boy. Come on. Beautiful. There you go. There you go. Hear him blowing off? There you go. There you are. All right. Here we go. Whoop. Okay, boys and girls. Remember, always flex them when you get your bridle on. Look at that. That ain't worth a damn. There you go. Notice how that time I kind of bumped him. You know, I just didn't pick up. But whenever I pick up, he was kind of ignoring me. So I'll get a hold here. Hey, there you go. I'm down here. Your head around. There you go. He's very mouthy on that bit. I believe that'll pass. Yeah. Well, just like when I put the saddle on. He unties himself. He reached around here and had my cinch in his mouth when I walked around here to let it down. Not hellfire. Turn loose of that crap. I sure wouldn't give no treats to. You know, because if you do, you're going to open up a can of worms. And not only this colt, hell, as far as I'm concerned, any of them, you know. You notice about every time I go to get on a colt, I have to tighten up the saddle. And the reason for that is I do not want to cut these horses in two. I want that saddle just tight enough that I can get on them. You know, I mean, now, we've got some special friends coming in here Thursday. Just the people that have bought the Rocky colt. They're wanting to come and see him for the first time and ride him and see how we're doing. We can't wait for him to get here. So, and then do we have somebody coming for the weekend? Okay, we have people coming for the weekend with weekends with Mike and Joy. So nobody's here today. Nobody's here tomorrow. That's Wednesday, ain't it? Tomorrow, Wednesday? Well, shoot, we got 2 days. I don't know how we're going to deal with that without somebody here. There's been somebody here every day for 2 weeks. There we go. Give me your head. Now, notice how I'm spending a little bit more time here on this flexing. For some reason, he's just gotten stiff. And I've seen him do that before. Hell, it's just something you just keep working through. Whoop. Whoop. Where the hell are you going? There. Give me your head. There you go. Now, we flexed. Is he any good at it? Nope. Better? Yep. So now what I'm going to do is hold my hand out. I'm going to walk him around, move him around a little bit here. Okay, come on. Now, do you notice where my right hand is? I've got this rein, and it's a hold of that saddle horn. Used to make fun of people that hang on the saddle horn. I don't anymore. Now, there's a time to hang on to the saddle horn, and there's time not to. Problem with most people is they don't know what those times are. When you're on a 2-year-old and you first start asking him to move, I'm not ashamed to get over here and get a hold of that saddle horn. And I'll tell you what makes you a really conscientious, safe rider is starting colts. Because really, in all honesty, you don't ever know what the hell they're going to do. You got a good idea. I pretty much know what they're going to do. But still, they're babies. Hell, you know how kids are. You ain't got a clue what the hell he's going to do. So, come on. Come on, come on. What I'm doing, just doing me some big figure eights. If he was tight and pulling, I'd keep him in a tight circle right here. And I'd just lightly take my inside leg and bump him with that spur, you know. Get some more bend in that body. And then I'm going to come back. Here, come here. Up here, damn it. Come on. You know, just like that right there. Little old jump. That would absolutely scare anybody to death. I didn't. Yeah, come on. See how he's doing that head? There. No. Right here. Right there is where I want it. Come on. See, whenever I touch him with that spur, he wants to reach around there and see what that is. I'm thinking, you know what? One of these days you're going to figure out what that is when we get a little further along. And you're going to respond to it instead of sitting here acting like it half pisses you off. Come on. You know. There. Come here. Come here. What do you think about that? Now, I'll get rough with them if you want me to. I don't want to. See, he kind of had a snotty attitude yesterday. He's got kind of a snotty attitude today. I'm addressing it today. Yesterday, I didn't. You know, if he thinks those spurs are kind of aggravating him, well, his attitude's going to change about it, or he's really going to be aggravated with them. Because I know how to use them in a way that he probably won't like, and in a way that I don't like to use them. But I will. I will use them. See how he's just drifting over? See, he's not wanting to follow his nose. Once he come around there. So when he followed his nose, I released and come back the other way. Does it pretty good this way. Now watch him when we go back to the right. See here? See, instead of following his nose, he's too interested in trying to get away from it. Right there. That was good. See, he's got a lot of stopping in him. You know, wanting to stop. I'm saying, no, we ain't going to stop. You got to keep your ass moving. Now, I've told y'all this was an orphan colt. His mother died. Matter of fact, his daddy's dead too. He was real little when I got him. And, you know, the thing about it is, you'd think a lot of this nonsense here that he's doing is because he's an orphan. I don't believe it is. I believe it's a characteristic in him, just like with any colt. And here's why I don't think it is. When I bought him, I stuck him in that front corner stall right up there. And we give him Folac and was giving him grain, and he was already eating. And we didn't get him out. We didn't mess with him. At that time, I probably had, 6 more colts that he fit right on? He fit right on 6 more colts that I had out of our stud. And as soon as I could, I kicked him out with them as soon as I weaned him. So he wasn't in that stall very long. And I just kicked him out with them and let him go be a horse. So it wasn't like he was bottle fed for 6 months and all this crap, you know. It's like he was just kind of thrown out there and said, look, you're going to have to grow up, and I'm going to put you with these Mo babies, and they're going to teach you how to grow up. And they did. But now you see the trouble we was having. Look what's happening now. Look where that head is. Right down here. Now we're going to go back this way. Are we still drifting to the left? Yep. We're not following the nose like we should. There we go. Come on. There you go, right there. Now, there are other things I could do to him with my hands, but I'm not going to. And the reason for it is look where his neck comes out. Look where he carries his neck. You know, he's kind of a low-headed colt, which is what I like. But if I went to doing some other things, it's going to make that even lower, and I don't want it no lower. And what I'm talking about, you'll see it on that gray horse here in a little bit, that gray walking horse. We have a gray walking horse here sent here for us to work on its gait. It was very pacey. You know, his neck and head straight up, which makes him hollow out in the back and enables him to pace. So what we've been doing is getting that nose in, trying to get that neck and head down so he'll round up. And so it's working. He's better. It's just going to take some time, you know. And you'll see here in a little bit what I'm talking about. Here's your deal. On the gait, on somebody wanting us to work on gait, if a horse doesn't have a good gait, whether it be a foxtrotting horse, a walking horse, whatever, it doesn't have a good gait. Is there some things we could do with his body and the way he carries himself that would help? Yes. We can help a little bit. I'll assure you in this barn it's all going to be natural and body position and things like that. We're not doing anything else. Because the gait he's doing, the way I look at it, is the gait God gave him. And I've told people this, I can't compete with God. You know, I can help things, but it is what it is. So, come here. Now, see there, you're wanting to sit there and bitch and argue a little bit. You need to keep on going. Now, we're going to stop working on following the nose, and we're going to try to walk around this barn. Because I've really, you know, and of course, whenever you turn him loose and kind of let him go forward, he acts like he's never seen this part of the barn before. Well, you have. You know, we're not asking him to get up and walk out and do all this stuff. What we're trying to ask him to do and let him do is get comfortable carrying me around and get comfortable with me guiding him. That's all we're wanting to do here. Come here. It's just a saddle with a blanket over it. It's an empty feed sack there. Come on. Come on. Look over here and pay attention to me. Come here. He's really interested in stopping. I'm starting to think stopping's his favorite gait. And I'm not getting on to him bad for it. I'd much rather him be doing that as by damn just running off. At least here I can kind of bump him with my spurs. As you can see on my right foot here. I'll just lightly bump him every now and then. There you go. Now we're starting to get some forward motion. And then about the time I brag on you, you quit. See, right here is what I was talking about whenever I said he's not getting bridle-wise like I like. Okay? When I say that, just like trying to guide him around. Well, quit it. See, he kicked at that spur. See, we're coming around here. He didn't like this area going the other way. Well, now we're looking out of it out of another eye. And he damn sure don't like it out of this eye. But is he going to get over it? Well, sure. Right there. See there? You can just keep on walking by it. And I didn't have a great big fight over that and just ram and jam him through that. I kept holding his head to it, facing it, kept encouraging him with my feet, giving him rein, saying, look, it's all right, you need to go by that. I think so many times when people get in that situation, the first thing they do is get a hold of that mouth as hard as they can, trying to hold that horse. Well, hell, I ain't trying to hold that horse. I want him to keep going forward. See right here. See, we're going to look at it again. We saw it once, but we're still leery about it. It didn't need us the first time. Thank God we got by it the second time without it jumping out on me. Heaven forbid it's a feed sack, yeah. You'd think he would love them. Look at him. He eats very, very well. Come here. Get over here. And see what I'm doing? He kind of leans to the left. So what I'm doing is kind of holding him over here with my right hand and taking my left foot and bumping his right there behind the cinch to get those shoulders over and keep going between my hands and my legs and where I'm looking. See there? There you go. Now we're over here against the wall. We're going to try to go around this corner here and see he's pulling on me right there. So I go to bumping and bumping with my hand and my foot. What you're doing in this situation here is you're starting to get him to get off pressure on with your feet. You know, I'm teaching him. Okay, here. Stick my foot in him. Touch him. See how he come over that time real well? Let's see how he wants to do it again. There you go. He's leaning right now. Now I'm bumping, and I'm bumping with my spur. That was a little bit better. Now he's still leaning. Okay, that's good right there. Just as soon as he straightened up and got back in balance. Now see there? I'm going to sit here and pull his head around here and let him know that bit is mine. That bit is mine. All you get to do is hold it. Now I'm going to start reprimanding him for that. You notice how he's taking that head and flopping it around, pulling on that bit? And I'm saying, hang on just a damn minute. That bit's mine. All you're getting to do is hold it. And this bit can make you do anything that I want you to do. And I'm going to do it soft. If it looks rough, it's because you're making it rough. You know. Now look, guys. Whoa. Whoa. Here's what I want you to understand. Now, bullshit. Turn around here. Oh. Now, here's what I want you to understand. I will be as patient as Job with these colts when they're ignorant and don't know no better. Now, that little crap he pulled right there, that was getting belligerent. That was him getting pissy. That was him not wanting to do something. He's sitting here taking that bit and kind of doing that just like he's having him a little temper tantrum. Well, let me tell you something. I threw one temper tantrum in my life. My grandma liked to beat me to death. Now, we're not going to have temper tantrums. If you don't know something, I'm going to help you through it. But for you to go around this barn and jerking on my hands and taking that bit from me, we're going to have us a problem. Okay, and that is called colt starting. You've got to be smart and knowing when it's that he don't know where to go, or whenever he's standing here going, I just don't want to do this. And you see, I got after him a little bit, but hell, it wasn't nothing bad. But he's sitting there thinking about it. So I've come up here, stopped, and talked to you and kind of explained that to you. Let's see how he wants to do this now. Come here. Come here. Well, that there's pretty nice. There you go. Come on. Now, y'all see what's happening? He's not doing that little violent jerk away and all that basically bullshit that he was doing. He's got that head down here, and he's carrying it around, and he's responding to my bit. You know, you can reprimand these colts. What it is the way you do it. You know, did I kind of bump him pretty hard in the mouth with that bit? Yeah. But I sure as hell didn't rip his head off. You know, I've got him sitting there now. He's paying attention. He's saying, wait a minute, that bit is connected to his hand. Huh? You mean back to the back ring? Right. That's something else I'm going to go ahead and address. See, look at that shit. A lot of colt starters won't be riding in these reins. They'll have split reins. They'll have a snaffle bit. I'll give them that. But they'll take this right rein, tie it around the saddle horn. They'll take the left rein and pull his head around and tie it to this D-ring here on the saddle with him cocked like that and let him sit there and fight himself. Guys, there's no release. There's no release whenever he comes in and wants to take his head back. Every time he comes in and tries to take his head back, it yanks him back again. That is a very lazy way to do shit. And we're not doing that. That's why I'm going to spend the time and ride my colts through that. Because whenever he starts giving me what I'm wanting, I can turn it loose. And that way he knows, okay, he turned me loose. Now I'm just going to go ahead and see, we just made a full round. He never flicked that head one time. But it was because of my release. This goes to older horses too. You know, I mean, it don't matter. It don't matter. It's the release is whenever these horses are learning. So, now, that was very good, Joy. I didn't even think to bring that up. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around here again. Let's see how he wants to act this time. Come on. Well, so far, so good. And another thing, whenever he's flicking that head around, what's also happening? He's bracing. He's resisting. When he's flicking that head around, he's off balance. That's whenever they start stumbling and things like that. I want his head down here. Now look, he's looking at every damn thing in this barn as we go around. Well, I'm kind of letting him, but he's leaving his head alone. And he's going ahead and going on. So I'm thinking, well, if you feel that you need to look at that, go ahead and look at it, but keep your ass moving. You know, you look at it as you go by it. Because you got to remember, he's a baby. He don't understand all this shit. Notice how much better he is coming around here. Now, we're going to go back over here. Notice how he turned right in, brought that shoulder over. Now we're going to go ahead and go the other way and see how this works. It only took 3 seconds to reprimand him. I mean, you know, guys, I think everybody tries to make this too complicated. You know, and Joy, you know what it is. I wasn't pissed off. I wasn't mad. I had a situation thrown at me with him that I needed to deal with. Most get pissed off and get real rough. Did I get rough? Yeah. Did I get real rough? No. I just got rough enough to make my point. Okay? Because you always want to remember, he don't know no better. Is he going to screw up? Hell yeah. You know, this isn't the first disagreement me and him's going to have. I can assure you that. But it's a disagreement that we can both live with. And looky here, we went around this barn 2 or 3 times. What's he done with that head? Nothing. He ain't done nothing. Look at that one rain stop. Just slicker than snot. So, we went this way a couple of rounds. He left his head alone. We went this way about 3 rounds. He's left his head alone. Get the hell off of him after the bad day we had yesterday and the day before. We've been fighting over this head. A lot of young horses don't want to give that head up because they know whenever that head's gone, they're at your mercy. And he just didn't want to give it up. We've made our points today. I kind of saved this for today when everybody was out of here so I could really focus on what I was doing. But you saw the correction. It got a little bit rough right there. Hell, it wasn't bad at all. But you see the response we've gotten. So, anyway, we've got more to do. We're going to put Deets up. See y'all.